A very good morning to you. This is Sunrise live from the scene of that terror attack last night, or at least very close by. An attack that happened on London Bridge and then Borough Market, which is two areas very close to each other, in which 6 people were killed. Around 50 have been hurt. Some of those, we're told, are now in a critical condition. 3 attackers drove a van into pedestrians on London Bridge and then drove on to Borough Market, where they stabbed a number of people. They wore what appeared to be suicide vests. Now, of course, that caused even more concern. Police have said this morning that they were hoax vests, that they didn't pose the threat that had been initially thought. The 3 attackers were shot dead within about 8 minutes of the police being called into this. Police are still investigating whether there could be more suspects involved, though they're pretty hopeful there was only 3 and therefore all 3 have been dealt with, but they're still investigating the possibility that there could be somebody else involved in all of this. The Prime Minister, well, heading back to Downing Street, of course, in the wake of what has happened. She'll be hosting a Cobra meeting later on this morning. She's called it a terrible incident. The Mayor of London has called it a barbaric and cowardly act. Well, it all started in a busy area which is packed with bars and restaurants along the side of the River Thames. This is what we know about the timeline this morning. Just after 10 o'clock last night, police received reports of a vehicle driving into pedestrians on London Bridge. It kept driving towards Borough Market and people were seen laying injured on the ground. So a short time later, 3 men started attacking people with knives, including a British Transport Police officer who'd responded to the incident. 8 minutes after the first calls for help, the 3 attackers were shot and killed by the police. Our Home Affairs correspondent, Mark White, reports.
Oh my God!
Gunfire, panic and confusion the moment terrorists struck at the heart of the capital. This is the southern end of London Bridge. Police are desperately trying to clear the area.
Ladies and gentlemen, would you please leave the area for your own safety? Please.
Nearby, a group of terrorists in a van have just run over pedestrians before launching a sustained and deadly knife attack. Armed police were on the scene within minutes, confronting and then shooting dead the 3 attackers, as members of the public took cover nearby.
2 armed marked police behind the X5, black X5. No, get back. 3 shots let off.
Did you see what they were shooting at?
No, but there's a crushed van outside Brindisa. So it looks like that's obviously where vans hit or something.
So that's on Borough Market?
No, on Southern Street.
This photograph shows one of the terrorists lying dead on the street, metal canisters strapped to his upper body. They were examined by bomb technicians and deemed to be a hoax. This is now a major terrorist investigation led by the UK's most senior counter-terrorism police officer.
At 8 minutes past 10 last night, we began to receive reports that a vehicle had struck pedestrians on London Bridge. The vehicle continued to drive then from London Bridge to Borough Market. The suspects left the vehicle, attempting to stab a number of people, including an on-duty British Transport Police officer who was responding to the incident, and he received serious injuries, fortunately not life-threatening. His family have been informed. Armed response officers then responded very quickly and bravely and confronted the 3 male suspects who were shot and killed in Borough Market. The suspects had been confronted and shot by police within 8 minutes of the first call. The suspects were wearing what looked like explosive vests, but these were later established to be hoaxes. The ongoing operation is led by the Met, working closely with British Transport Police, City of London Police and London's ambulance and fire services.
6 people have been killed, more than 40 have been injured and taken to hospitals across London. Some of them, I'm afraid, are critical. One of the things that these terrorists want to do is to disrupt our way of life. They want to stop us enjoying the freedoms that we have, enjoy us mingling and mixing. on a Saturday night in the heart of London having a good time. They want to stop us voting on Thursday in the general elections and enjoying the democracy that we have. We can't allow them to do that.
This is the white van driven by the attackers, resting on the pavement, having ploughed into many pedestrians. Innocent members of the public who'd been enjoying a Saturday night out.
We were at the pub, came out and we ordered an Uber. That got cancelled, but we saw people running, saying, run, you need to run, people getting stabbed. So we jumped in the nearest car, someone offered us a ride, and literally we just went around the block. We saw a body on the floor, lots of people around it, and I think that was before the pedestrians on actual London Bridge. We came up to London Bridge, and then we saw two pedestrians on the bridge, and police telling us to run. And then we saw someone actually right there, actually covered in blood with shorts covered in blood, and I've got a video of that as well.
Were people panicking?
Yeah, everyone was running. Everyone was running. I've never seen anything like it.